Why is marriage needed? Marriage is necessary because it protects both the individual as well as society. It protects them from economic hardship as resources are shared. It protects people when sick as others can care for them. It protects people from loneliness as other people live in the same house. It protects people from a world that can be very harsh as it allows people to form close emotional bonds that people want to last for life. In theory, these things can happen outside of marriage, but they don't tend to. Instead, people look after themselves because there's no guarantee or obligation on the other's part to return the good deed. That is not to say that marriage is perfect. It is not. It is a human institution, which means that it is filled with human failings. If marriage was only about human failings, it would have died a natural death millennia ago. But marriage has not ended. In recent times, it has progressively been distorted until it has started to lose its shape, in the hope that it no longer fits us. But let us look at the alternative. The alternative is a life of singles, and into this environment will come children, not as something unusual, but as the new normal. But who benefits from such a society? Single mothers? Are they the winners in such a society? They get to make all the decisions themselves with no assistance. They must either work and leave their children in someone else's care, or they must rely on the government. They cannot rely on anyone else to help them care for their children. The best that most can hope for is a series of short-term relationships with periods of loneliness when there is no man in their life. Some may find this the ideal life. How many could that really be? Single men. Are they the winners in such a society? While they may be biological fathers, they are not in the home. They are more like uncles. They have no regular relationship with a woman, while still having the very worst aspects of a relationship. There is no companionship or comfort, only problems. Financial, access to their own children, access to stepchildren, trying to form a relationship with that child and never knowing when it's going to be forced to stop. Is being a father fashionable this year, or is it unfashionable? It will make a big difference. For most men, constantly switching your emotions on and off is too hard, and they simply stop seeing their children. For some, this may be the ideal life. How many could this really be? The children. Are they the winners in such a society? When a marriage is regarded as obsolete, then children will grow up in an environment where their mothers make all of the important decisions and all of their friends' mothers make the decisions. An environment where only the feminine will have any import. Where will that leave boys and girls? For children, it will seem normal. They have no other experience to compare it to. But what child doesn't worry about what will happen to them if something happens to their parents? When they only have one, how much more acute is that fear? How confusing is it when every one of your brothers and sisters has a different father? For some, this may be the ideal life. How many could that really be? None of these people would win in such a society. While some aspects may suit at particular times, over time it is clear that this is a very unstable model. So who would win? There would be two big winners. The first is government. With the family so weak and constantly involved in disputes, the role of the government must be large. For those who believe in big government, whatever ideology they believe, will see a very positive force in play. They will look for even more government to expand solutions to the very problems their ideas have created. For those more career-minded, more government jobs will provide them with more advancement and benefits. Who else benefits? The users and abusers will have a field day. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about those great moral vacuums who are the greatest of friends, lovers, until the money runs dry, until times get tough, until you need the support you've been providing them. Those who get the greatest of joy from taking and not from giving. Those who believe in free love, but not love. Those who think that love and lust are the same word. Those who seek out the lost, the innocent, the vulnerable, the weak as a source for their own pleasure. For them, this society is without equal. This is the anti-society that liberalism wants. It devalues both the male and the female. It is inhuman. We can see the benefits of such a society all around us. A world of singles with children as optional extras. A world that many are already seeing as the new normal, the marriage alternative.